Hey the internets, what's happening? Happy Earth Day. This video isn't for the typical Earth Day folks. This video is for everybody else. I would like to explain to you how to be conservative but still dig electric cars. So let me just kind of set the stage for you. I'm conservative. I voted for Trump. I went to his rally in Minneapolis. I agree with the scientists who disagree with the anthropologic global warming consensus. I proudly fly a Guardian flag underneath an American flag in my front yard. I have more firearms than my family of 5 has hands. Most of my family has either worked in the military or American manufacturing jobs. And I've owned a total of 34 cars in my 37 years, and not one of them has been foreign. America. Now, I'm explaining that not to start a conversation about global warming or how terrible Hillary Clinton was or how many firearms is enough, trick question, but rather to set the stage for who I am so that you can see that I'm not your typical electric car driving eco-hipster. So saying that, I know everyone here is tolerant enough to accept other people's opinions and who they are as people and move past that, right? So this video is a message to all fellow conservatives out there. It's okay to like electric cars. I'm pretty conservative. I've owned 3 electric cars, and this is my story. So my first one was a 2013, my first electric car was a 2013 Chevy Volt. I had it for 2 years, 26,000 miles, 18,800 of which were all electric. I really liked that car. I got the Volt specifically because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if the whole battery power thing would work out for me. But driving that one around, it really hit home for me that with a range of between 35 and 40 miles on electricity, most of the time, if I just had another 5 or 10 miles more, I wouldn't have had to use gas the whole day. So after having it for 2 years, I wanted to try something else. I went out and I bought a 2014 Ford Focus Electric. This was a pretty big deal. In 8 months, I racked on 12,000 miles. 12,000 miles in 8 months with a car of a range of only 75 miles. For Christmas, we even went and cut down a tree and threw it on the roof of that thing. Yeah. I cut down a tree and drug it home with an electric car. Also, I had some extra personalized plates from my Cadillac CTS-V station wagon. Also, I had some extra personalized plates that I had used on vehicles in the past. These plates here that I lovingly transitioned over to the all-electric Ford Focus used to be on a 2001 Suburban, 2011 Cadillac CTS-V wagon, and a 2009 Cadillac Escalade. The duality of driving an electric vehicle with global warmer plates on it was not lost on me. I kind of dig sick humor. Now the thing with that one is, that was about the time where news started coming out with 200-mile range or better electric vehicles. So I decided before the prices on them tanked, it was a good time to get rid of it, which worked out great. I basically paid $275 a month to own that thing in depreciation after the tax credit. Now it came time for our second new car purchase ever. And for that one, we decided to go all out and get a 2015 Tesla Model S 90D. Every box checked. After having that for 1 year and 5 months, we've racked on over 60,000 miles. Heck, it's probably at 62 by now. That thing gets driven all over the place. And we sold our Escalade because it sat parked all the time. So now back to the topic. For all fellow conservatives out there, it's okay to get an electric car. Really. And here are a few easy steps to help you justify it in your life. 1, it's still okay to hate the Prius. I'm not a fan of the Toyota Prius. I never have been. The thing's ugly, it's foreign, too many hippies drive them. Sure, they got great gas mileage, whatever that is, but as a conservative, it wasn't for me, and I know it's probably not for you either. So the second way as a conservative you can justify an electric car, there's plenty of American ones out there. The Ford Focus Electric. We drove that thing around all over the place with 3 car seats in the back, double stroller, umbrella stroller, baby bag, and 5 red-blooded, hardcore American citizens. There's also the Chevy Volt. The new ones get over 50 miles on the charge, and seat 5 kind of. We could have fit 5 car seats in that too. The old Chevy Volts only seat 4, but still, plenty of cargo room. Got a double wide stroller and that thing no problem. All of our luggage, IKEA runs, the whole bit, and you can drive that thing across the country if you want to. When the battery's out, it just drives on gas like a normal car. From Minnesota to San Francisco, I did about 80 miles an hour with the cruise control, not giving a crap about miles per gallons, and I got 38 of them. So it makes for a pretty cheap drive. There's also the Chevy Spark. General Motors is phasing that one out in lieu of the Bolt, but the Chevy Sparks you can pick up for a song. They get about 83 miles on a charge, a little small. The Chevy Bolts are a little bigger. They get about 238 miles on a charge. There's also the Fiat 500e, which Fiat, it's a little bit of a stretch because reasons, but Fiat merged with Chrysler, so if you're a Chrysler person, this is the EV for you. It's small, it's cute, sure, you can throw some guns in the back, no problem, and no one's gonna give you shit about it, and you can get about 83 miles on a charge with that thing. Then you can still drive your truck around on a road trip or something, but tool around in this thing to and from work. And then there's Tesla Anything. Now the fun thing about Teslas is the charging infrastructure is the keystone that makes the whole thing a winner. You can get a used one for as low as about 45, 50 grand, and you can still drive them all the way across country using their superchargers. We've done this on a couple of road trips. I know people are gonna complain about it taking a little while to charge, 20, 30 minutes, and with 3 kids, none of your pit stops are less than a half hour anyway. So it worked out pretty good. Now the fun thing about the American EVs, the only ones I would consider buying, is they actually have a full battery temperature management system. Some electric cars cool the batteries. All of the American ones, Tesla, Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, Fiat, they actively heat and cool the batteries as needed. That's a big one up over the Nissans and the Volkswagens and whoever else makes them overseas, foreign, whatever. Heating and cooling the battery pack as needed, keeping it within the right temperature range, helps to prolong the battery's life. America. Another point, now the third point, you can test the waters. So now you can test the waters like I did. You can start out with a Chevy Volt if you're not sure, have that good old dinosaur burning engine there if you need it. You can get a Chevy Volt and drive around electric only and switch over to gas as needed. A car like that you can still road trip in, 50 miles on a charge, and if you want to drive from sea to shining sea, no one's going to stop you. That's freedom right there. Point number 4, you pay less taxes. How awesome is that? That should seal the deal for most of us right there. I mean, we're conservatives. We hate paying taxes. And a loophole is a sissy's way of saying the law. Know it, use it, love it, take advantage of it. For all of the manufacturers that make electric cars, the first 200,000 of them licensed in the United States get a $7,500 federal tax credit. That's money back in your pocket on April 14th. In some states you get even more. Some people argue, well, if you're against the tax break, don't use it. Screw that, $7,500. You know how many guns I bought for that? You know how many guns I was able to buy with $7,500 back from 3 cars? Yeah. And the savings just keeps on coming. Sure, you end up buying electricity, but that's cheap as hell compared to buying gas. But you don't have to pay any gas tax. One more tax you don't have to pay. Yeah. Sure, some states want to throw $100 a year on you for owning an EV and actually having to pay for the roads that you drive on, but whatever. In all the other states where freedom is still allowed, drive that thing and take advantage of not having to pay for the taxes on the roads. Let the hippies and the Priuses pay for that. Point number 5, you can get a hell of a deal on a used electric car. A used Chevy Volt will run you around 14 to 16 grand. A used Ford Focus electric or Fiat 500e, you can get those things for a song. I'm talking a 1-year-old, not even 10,000 miles on it model, shipped to your door for between 10 and 14,000 bucks. A 1-year-old car that sold new for 30, 32. That's incredible. Or if you want to buy a brand new one, you can get that $7,500 tax credit. Point number 6, it's a lot of fun to watch that thing fill up while you park. God, I wish my pickup truck did that. You park the car, you pull up on your app, and you can see it charging while it's sitting there parked. That's really a lot of fun. And the last point, if you have an electric car, you're basically buying American with every single mile. The electricity that's going into my electric cars all came from America. Whether it's coal or nuclear or wind or solar, it all came from here. America first. There isn't a better way to put America first. I mean, think about it. From all of the gas that you put into your tank, about 60% of it comes from not America. And this is the biggest one for me. My mom served in the Army for 17 years. My grandfather died in the Army. Cousins, relatives, brother-in-law, they've all been in the sandbox or supported people who were over there. Most of my family works American manufacturing jobs. I want to put America first and support the people here. I can do that very easily with electricity. So go out there, my friends, keep fighting socialism, melt some snowflakes, and go ahead, buy an electric car. You can employ Americans, reduce the money that we're sending overseas, you can lessen your dependence on others, and I know, it feels a little strange the first time somebody with a Bernie bumper sticker gives you a thumbs up. But hey, maybe there's a couple things we all do have in common. So happy Earth Day, fellow conservatives. Go on, go get an electric car. Maybe I should go idle my pickup truck for a little while.